Aronson just able to kind of squeeze it in. I'd say Aronson made that play nicely.
Yeah, Rutkowski and Aronson both just great patience, looking the player off, getting the defender to commit, and literally they had all the Seattle Thunderbirds standing still.
Well, Aronson will pick up what is a terrific assist, and Portland able to get the goal. Guess who? Niederreiter, who has been just incredible this season, his rookie year. One of the top rookie scorers in the Western Hockey League. As Nino Niederreiter picks up the tally, and that for Niederreiter is his 29th of the season, his 49th point. We get a whistle and an offside on Portland, and we are dead even, tied at 1 goal apiece. One more look at it. Here you go.
It's one of those plays where earlier we talked about Seattle was effective on the penalty kill because they were putting pressure on the Winterhawks. They weren't allowing them time to set up. They got caught on their heels a little bit. Only one guy out on the point. Rutkowski neutralized him with that patient move, and then the other guys were caught out of position. And when you got guys that are patient like Aronson, there's not much you can do in that situation once you break down.
Number 5 in rookie scoring is Niederreiter, and he'd probably be number 1 if not for the fact that he went to the World Junior Championships. And the face-off coming up after an offside. Let's go back down to Travis.
Well, Ian, you can see after that goal that the Winterhawks obviously very happy tying this thing up, but there was a collective sigh of relief coming off the bench when that happened. There wasn't a whole lot of celebration. They all looked like they were a little bit more relaxed. They were kind of squeezing there for the first period and a half. They were trailing 1-0. They already had 21 shots before they get that first goal. The team looks much more relaxed and relieved than they did through the first 8 minutes of this period.
Well, just the numbers, I mean, the sheer numbers, 22-7 of the shots favoring Portland, yet it's a 1-1 hockey game. That speaks as much as anything probably to the play of Pickard again, which has been the common theme for Seattle all year. You get that feeling, don't you, Regan, as an offensive player, that you're going to have to score like that to beat a goal. You're not going to beat him clean. You have to walk in on a goalie like Pickard.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 because you want to put more rubber on it, but then you end up taking shots that aren't maybe as from a good spot. So finally, when you get the time to move the puck around and catch him out of position, that is when you beat him.
Here's Walker for Portland. Got it down low on the doorstep. Francis almost snuck that one in on the short side. Back at the line. Shot score! Deflected in front. 2-1 Portland. Wotherspoon let her rip. Might have been deflected. The Winterhawks have the lead.
Again, the kind of goal you're going to get by Kelvin Pickard. He didn't have a chance on that. And I think if we watch the replay here, we may see that that puck was deflected by one of the T-Bird sticks rather than one of the Winterhawk sticks. And it was a low shot, maybe a couple inches off the ice, and it got deflected right up into the top left-hand corner.
Tyler Wotherspoon has just 1 goal in the season. Right now, it looks like it's his second. Although there was a lot of traffic. We'll get a good look at it here. Well, maybe not. That's such a hard shot, hard to see.
It was definitely deflected. Let's see who, did they give credit to Wotherspoon for that one?
Initially, that might have been off a Seattle stick. Hard to tell. Ty Ratty was in front, but I think that went off a Seattle stick. Nevertheless, 2-1. Just traffic, deflection. Here's Peters, a long shot that went wide. Peters centers it in front. Picked up there by Nielsen for Seattle. Out to center ice, Wells overskates it. Aronson let a shot go, and it's deflected up into the netting and out of play. We got a timeout, 9:07 to go in the middle period. Portland with 2 quick ones, one on the power play, one even strength, and they've grabbed a 2-1 lead. Prab Rye let a shot go, and it's deflected up into the crowd and out of play. Travis Demers downstairs, and he's got the head coach of the Winterhawks, Mike Johnston, with him. Travis?
Well, Mike, a much different game now than it was about 45 seconds ago. Talk about how long it took for you guys to get that first goal, and now where your momentum is.
Well, I really didn't think we had a lot of traffic to Pickard early in the game. I thought we had shots, but we didn't have traffic. And the last 2 goals, we've had guys in front of the net. That's really important.
It seemed like the team was more relieved than excited after the first goal. A little bit different reaction after that second goal. Where do you think everybody's mind is at right now?
Well, we know when we play Seattle, it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a hard-fought game right to the end. So I think we just have to keep on an even keel, keep with the same game plan.
Thank you very much, Travis and Mike Johnson downstairs where it's 2-1 Portland with the lead. They've come back to score 2 here in the second after Seattle got a shorthanded tally by Prabrai in the first period. Ty Ratty, by the way, got credit for that goal, that second Portland goal. Wotherspoon let the hard shot go from the blue line, but indeed it was deflected and it was Ratty that got it. So Ty Ratty picks up the tally. Seattle now with the puck inside the Portland zone. On a rare occasion, Ramsey's shot got blocked in the high slot, and Rutkowski will clear. Ahead to Niederreiter. Couldn't center it though, it was broken up. Down low, Johansson. Shepard got a stick on it, back comes Cholfi the other way. Down the right wing, got bumped hard by Morrow and went through the check though. Cholfi still with it, got a man in the slot. One-timer sent wide, Elliott cutting in. Good setup there. Elliott, Tutt, and Cholfi. A young line out there for Seattle. As the puck goes down low, working hard is Tutt, trying to kick it free. Johansson along the boards, Ross. Got it ahead down the right wing, Gabriel. Shepard tries to hustle back, Gabriel cutting in, but Shepard got a stick on the puck. Veteran play by the 20-year-old defenseman, Jeremy Shepard. Here's a chance in front, Boychuk is robbed! Pickard stacks the pads, slid across, what a save by Pickard.
God, Boychuk is cursing Pickard's name right now. He just seems to have everybody's number, that little extra effort to make sure that puck doesn't sneak through under his arm on that quick shot by Boychuk.
Too early perhaps to say it's the hockey game, but boy, you get another goal, it could be over. Just a terrific save.
Now you see his lateral movement, how good he is at getting that quick push, and as soon as he pushes, everything collapses down. His arms come in, his pads come together, he just doesn't give you anything to shoot at.
Oh, Boychuk just shaking his head saying, what happened there? How did I not score? Going against one of the better goaltenders in the league, if not the top guy. There'll be some debate elsewhere, but he's good, there's no doubt. Here's Boychuk, one more chance. Tried to go 5-hole that time, didn't work as Pickard goes down to his knees and makes the save. And he will hold on, and face-off coming up inside the Seattle zone.
You know, when you're a player too, I remember playing against guys like Osgood and the players that ended up in the NHL and had good long careers, they always had that little extra. If you didn't have the perfect shot, they took it away from you.
Face-off is coming up to the right of Pickard. Mike Johnston likes what he sees in this second period. His team trailed by a goal after dominating the first period. They've scored 2 and they're in good shape now. Shots on goal, 27-8. 27-8, that is a huge difference. And Portland with the advantage, and Seattle then ices the puck, and that faceoff will come all the way back down to the other end. 11-3 of the shots here in the second period favoring the Winterhawks. Matt Carruth all by his lonesome down there in the Portland end.
Well, they say being a goaltender is a lonely position. It's more so tonight for him.
Hey, with your smartphone now, you can get all types of information from WHL mobile website. That's right, check out the mobile optimized version of your smartphone for score, stats, and more. WHL.ca for more information. Jacobs chipped it along the boards and able to roll it past the defenseman Rutkowski, who retreats inside his own end. Luke Walker couldn't clear it out, hit a skate. Rouse, Gallimore hustling after it. Aisman at the blue line, pressured. Got it down deep though as he beat Francis to the puck in front. Jacobs couldn't get a shot away, and Francis will start the rush back for Portland. Walker down the left wing. Couldn't cut in. Walker and Aisman grinding away along the boards. And now stepping in is Ratty, who scored the second goal on the deflection. He got it deep to Aisman. Joe Morrow at the blue line for Portland. Just chips it right back down. And Francis finds it, trying to cut in front, couldn't get by Gallimore. Portland just a terrific job in the forechecks. We've seen enough. They'll just ice it and send it down to the other end. Portland will be able to change. Seattle will not after the icing call with 5:06 to go here in the period. Walker comes off along with Ratty and Francis. I think the key there, they did their job. They force some pressure, force the icing call, but I think those guys expect to score every time they're out there.
They do, and I was struck on that shift watching Gallimore. If you didn't know that he was a forward, that whole shift he's playing down low, and I think the T-Birds are really benefiting from the trade they made with the Blades, because he's one of those guys that's been around enough, and he was playing lots in Saskatoon, that he just jumps down there and plays the role of defenseman the whole shift.
Hard shot by Ross, and that kind of caught Pickard by surprise, who knocked it down. We got another penalty coming up again on Seattle. Johansson was tripped up behind the net.
Pickard's hurting. That shot looked like it caught him right in the shoulder. There's a little gap in the chest protector that the goalie wears, and he caught that one square. He's in pain right now.
Jumping up and down, and I don't think he's going to feel any better when he looks up and he sees 2 minutes on the board. That's what's up there against Eric Bonser, his defenseman. So another power play, the 4th of the night for Portland. They're 1 for 3 thus far.
The league, just like the NHL, they have no tolerance for getting your stick between a player's leg. You know, he's sitting in the penalty box right now, mad at the referee for calling that, but you cannot put your stick in the way and impede the player. He falls down, it's an automatic penalty.
So Bonser, the 18-year-old defenseman, played with the Calgary Hitmen last year. He'll take a seat. And Seattle gave up a power play goal in the last time Portland was with the man advantage. We'll see what happens here as Francis has it all on the boards. Chris Francis. Doyle, a drive, blocked in front. Francis thought about the one-timer, instead had to settle the bouncing puck. Shepard gets a stick on it. Portland 1 for 3 on the power play. Doyle, one-timer, score! Sabisa, a blast from the right point, and it's another power play goal, and it's 3-1 Portland.
Well, Zabisa's given us a little look why he's going to play in the Olympics this year. That is a big league shot he took with that pass coming across the boards. No hesitation. That was a laser beam, and I think we're going to see on the replay that found its way to the back of the net.
Just a one-timer, and there was some traffic. Saw Spencer Bennett cutting in front, but the reaction tells you Sabisa looks like he banged it in, which would be his his third of the season and his second with Portland.
And it looks to me like his injury is fully healed. Didn't he have a rib or abdominal muscle tear?
And the way he let that one go, he looks about 100% healthy. So it's 3-1, 3 goals here in the period for the Winterhawks. They have taken control of this hockey game. Lucas Sabisa with the goal. Travis?
Well, Ian, we just saw Sabisa score there a moment ago. We're going to have an interview with him, as well as his World Junior Championship teammate from Switzerland, Nino Niederreiter. That's coming up in the second intermission. We're going to talk to both of those guys and get a feel of their transition here to playing over in the west coast of the United States.
Well, here's Niederreiter with a dish in front. Nino Niederreiter with a good opportunity there, trying to find Ross. Tied for Seattle. Thunderbirds have given a 3 here in the period, 2 on the power play. And they've been thoroughly dominated. Shots are now 30-8. Scholfi backhanded it out to the neutral zone. Wotherspoon has it. He'll drive it in, and that's deflected away by Pickard. Almost looks a little gun-shy back there, as Regan mentioned, was kind of shaken up right before that power play goal was scored.
He still looks like he's favoring a little bit. A guy like Pickard's not going to let the coach or anybody on the ice know, but I'm guessing afterwards he's going to have a nice black and blue mark under the arm there.
Little 3-hour trip back up to the rink tonight in Seattle, and some ice, I'm sure. We get an offside called on Portland. And now I think we're going to get a penalty coming up on the Winterhawks, as a shot was rolled in on Pickard after the whistle, and it looks like Oliver Gabriel is going to take a seat. He will. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call, so he'll take a seat for a couple, and the Thunderbirds get a chance on the power play for just the second time tonight. And boy, do they need one now.
Specialty teams on the road, they can cover up for a lot of shots on goals and a lot of mistakes if they can bury one here.
So Gabriel sits 15-3, the shots in the period favoring Portland. Shepard through traffic, deflected on, the save made by Caruth. Well, that was a tough save, but a good one. He got the left pad down through traffic on a deflection.
I really like Shepard. He's got great poise. He's got a lot of points for a defenseman, especially on a team like Seattle that's been struggling this year. 37 points on the year, I believe.
That's number 12 among defensemen in the Western Hockey League for the 20-year-old. He just got roughed up by Peters inside his own end. He's trying to shake 25. Taylor Peters all over him. Tries it again, and Peters finally goes to the bench after a nice penalty kill. Jacobs dumps it in for Seattle. Aronson, first one there, got it out to center ice. Backhanded in by Jacobs, and he'll send it up over the glass and out of play. And the Thunderbirds still with 1:16 of power play time left. It is Portland Buckaroo Appreciation Night here as the Thunderbirds are in town to take on the Portland Winterhawks. Buckaroo is the old Western Hockey League team that won the Lester Patrick Trophy, and that trophy is actually here tonight for fans to see and look and enjoy. Good crowd on hand to celebrate a little Northwest hockey history. Lockhart dished it off for Wells. Now Lockhart behind the net. Seattle with the man advantage. Wells. A two-man game with Lockhart, and he'll find Aisman at the blue line. Deflected wide, a shot taken by Aisman, and Rouse was there in front of the goal. Another shot up high in front, deflected by Lockhart again. Clear to the line and right on past Aisman down the length of the ice. Luke Walker will be the first one there for Portland. Walker centering pass, shorthanded. Already have one shorthanded goal tonight. It was scored by Prabrai of Seattle. Rouse at the line. Dances towards the slot area. That puck just rolls off his stick to the corner though, and Sabisa on. Time ticking down, 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Dillon. Through traffic, and again, you heard the pad save made by Carruth. But Carruth has been sharp. He hasn't seen a lot of rubber, but he's been sharp tonight.
Well, and on the power play, the T-Birds are doing a good job of getting traffic in front of the net. Those last 3 shots that came, almost every time Carruth had someone standing in his way, and he was able to make the save.
Another penalty coming up against Portland. First one expires. Gabriel's back on. 45 seconds to go in the period. The whistle sounds, and we're going to have another penalty against the Winterhawks and another power play opportunity for Seattle with 44 seconds left to go. It's a high sticking minor, and looks like Johansson is heading off for the Hawks. He is. So Seattle 0 for 2 on the power play, goes to work on number 3. They ended up on that power play with 2 shots on goal officially. They had some other shots that just deflected wide or went wide.
That was a better effort from the T-Birds. They got good pressure on that power play. They got in position, they set up, and they were taking lots of shots from the point, getting traffic in front of the net. All the things that I'm sure Coach Sumner asked them to do. Probably going to do the same thing here on the 5-on-3. 1 or 2 guys standing in front of the net, and you're going to see shots coming from the point.
Sabisa couldn't get it out. Along the boards, digging after it for Seattle is one. Now Shapper to drive, and the glove save made. Looked easy for Matt Carruth at his knees. Dropped down and flashed the leather, and the face-off will stay in the Portland zone. Jeremy Shapper, the Winnipeg, Manitoba native, letting her rip from the blue line. He's got 9 on the season. He's got a career-high 39 points this year. In his final season in the Western Hockey League, the 20-year-old defenseman.
He's a guy that should be able to find a home and play hockey somewhere for a paycheck.
Shapper there with the puck, dropped it off. Cholfi. Oh, it went right off the stick of Sylvester, who had half a net to shoot at as that puck was deflected a couple of times. 19 seconds in the period. Portland just trying to kill some clock and let it grind out to an end here in the middle period. Aisman, Shapper. Pressure to the blue line. Shapper trying to step around Schneider. Let a shot go. Score! Jeremy Shapper, power play goal. He got it, his 10th of the year.
Well, speak of the devil, we were just talking about Shapper and his poise, and you know that little move. Time was running out. Most players would have just dumped it on net. He took the time, pulled the puck back, got a great shot on net, and those are the types of things. Here we go. We'll take a look at it. Watch. Now most guys would have just dumped it there. He waits. He's able to get that shot up. That is a fantastic play.
Yeah, and you saw there was some traffic in front. Chance Lund was parked in front, and Chance Lund's about 6 feet 4 inches tall. Looked like that puck got on clean, but it is now a 3-2 game, and we set ourselves up for quite the third period. We are through 40 minutes. Matt Carruth has only seen 12 shots on goal. 2 have beat him. Neither one he had a chance on. And Seattle, despite being outshot, Regan, 31-12 in this hockey game, thoroughly outplayed for the most part in this game. Seattle is only down by 1 goal at 3-2 after 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to do when you're on the road. Coach Sumner came into the ring tonight, and I'm sure if you were in the dressing room, you would have heard him talking about a few simple things. Get the puck out of our end. Everything goes deep if you're in question, All we got to do is get to the third period and be within a goal. We know we're going to get lots of shots. We got Pickard in net. Let's let him weather the storm, and they've done a good job of it.
3-2 after 40 minutes. Ty Ratty will join us coming up next. The Portland Winterhawks lead the Seattle Thunderbirds after 40 minutes of play. Welcome back. Hey, how are you? It is Seattle trailing by a goal, but coming back and scoring late. 4 seconds left in the period. Seattle got a goal after Portland scored 3 straight in the second period. It was 1-0 Seattle after 1 period of play. The Winterhawks getting 3. Come back and take the 3-1 lead. Seattle answering with 1 goal to make it 3-2 after 40 minutes. And we got a heck of a finish coming up in the final 20 minutes before a great crowd and a great atmosphere here in Portland. Travis Demers is downstairs with the man who scored the second Portland goal, Ty Ratty. Travis?
Ian, thank you very much. Now, you guys got down 1-0 after the first period, despite outshooting Seattle by a lot. Then you had that fury of goals in the second period there. Talk about what you guys were able to do offensively to find the back of the net that you couldn't do in the first period.
I think the first, we didn't get the puck on the net enough. I think coming into the game, we wanted 10 shots the first 10 minutes. We didn't accomplish that goal. So I thought in the second that we need to get a lot more shots, and I thought we accomplished that, and that's why we're up by 1 right now.
Both the first and the second period, they were able to score a goal in the final minute. How much does that affect momentum going into the period following?
Yeah, obviously the momentum's a little bit cut off now, but I think with the fans we got tonight, it's gonna be easy to get that momentum back, and I think we're just gonna have to come out with the third period and finish strong.
How frustrating is it for you guys to have so many shots on goal but have so little success scoring tonight?
Yeah, it's always frustrating, but when you got a goalie like Pickard down there, you know it's going to be a tough game every night. You're going to have to bear down on every single scoring chance.
Talk about the chippiness of that first period. A lot of fights. That seems to have died down a little bit through the second period there. Talk about that, the feeling about the rivalry right now and the chippiness between the two teams.
Yeah, obviously coming in WHL, you know about the Portland-Seattle rivalry, and it's great. You get up for every game against Seattle, and 3, 4, 5 fights, you got to expect that every game against Seattle.
Are you guys wearing the Portland Buckaroos jersey tonight? What does it mean for you and for the team to be representing the history of Portland hockey tonight?
Obviously, it's a great honor. You see all those guys coming out in the pregame, and you recognize all of them because they had all such good careers in the NHL, and it's just an honor to wear the jersey.
Ty, thank you very much. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be the Plays of the Week. Plus, before the game, I had a chance to talk to Lucas Biza and Nino Niederreiter. We'll take a timeout. 3-2 Portland after 2. We're back after this. It's the WHL on FSN.
Drives wide, he's got a head of steam, he shoots and scores! Adrian Van Demossler! Sweet justice out of the box, and he buries it, and the Oil Kings have a rare overtime victory! Intercepted by James Henry. Henry's up to the neutral zone. It's a 2-on-1. Kittner heading towards it, and Henry makes the move. Scored! Oh, what a shot!
There you have it, Plays of the Week. We'll have to wait to see if any of our plays from tonight make it into next week. Before tonight's game, I had a chance to sit down with 2 players for the Winterhawks who played together in the World Junior Championships, one of which will represent Team Switzerland in the upcoming Olympics. That's Lucas Biza and Nino Niederreiter. I talked to them before the game.
All right, talk about the transition of this team from last year to this year and how you guys have been able to make that turnaround, and now this year you're in a position to have home ice in the first round of the playoffs. Last year, obviously, the struggles. Just talk about that transition you guys have made.
I think it's a big transition. Like last year, or last 3 years, they wasn't in the playoffs, and this one is like the first year we are, and it's gonna be good.
No, Luca, first, how you feeling? I know you had that abdominal injury. How's everything going right now? How are you feeling?
I feel really good. I feel 100%. It's going better than expected. Doctors told me it would take about 6 weeks, and now we're down to like 4 to 5 weeks. So it's going really good. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really looking forward to the Olympics.
Now we'll talk about the World Junior Championships first, real quick. You guys played together before coming to Portland. How much did you guys play together in your home country?
Actually, never. It was actually the first time we played together in Saskatoon there, and I think it was going pretty well there.
How important was it for you to have, someone that is from your home country when you came here to Portland, a group of guys that you might not necessarily know? How important was it to have a guy from where you're from be here? Did that help you at all?
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, kind of went through the same thing when I joined the Ducks. I had a guy like Jonas Hiller, who's Swiss too, and it makes it way easier. I mean, he knew the whole organization. He just talked really good about Portland, the whole thing here, and it makes it way easier to like get to know the guys and all that stuff. Having a guy here who's been around the guys, who can tell you, who kind of acts like whatever. Sometimes you can ask him and he always has an answer ready.
And you guys, again, both played in the World Junior Championships together. How much did that competition help you to play here with the Winterhawks?
I think a lot. Like, it was a good opportunity to go to World Juniors, and now we come back. Spees is over here too, and he's a great defender for us.
You're going to have a chance now to play in the Olympics. This is a big deal. Not everybody gets to do this. This is a big deal for you and for your country. Talk about what it means to you personally to play for Switzerland in the Olympics and the guys that you're going to have a chance to play with.
It's a really special feeling to have a chance to play for the Olympics. I mean, me personally, I haven't realized it yet, so it doesn't seem like that big of a deal yet, but we're getting closer every day. I'm leaving Sunday, so I will have to realize it pretty soon. So it's something every kid dreams of, no matter what sport he plays. As a kid growing up, playing a sport, you always want to be in that Olympic team, representing your own country, and it's going to be a time I will never forget.
Now tonight, again, you guys are making that playoff push, fighting for that home ice. How can you guys continue to keep that momentum that you've had throughout the year to keep that into the playoffs?
I think it's like every time, step by step. Every game is now a huge game to fight out about the spot, and yeah, it's gonna be every game pretty hard.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the way. Coming up next, we're gonna have scores and highlights right after this.
The fact that the Thunderbirds were dominated in that first period by Portland, a shorthanded goal by Prab Rai. We go to the second period. Seattle sees Portland put 3 straight on the board and looks like, well, this thing might turn into a blowout. Lo and behold, a big goal at the end of the period. So it's been an interesting back and forth game so far.
Well, it has, and the story of the night has been Pickard. He's been able to help them weather the storm, and then you get a break at the end of the game where Shepard puts in a second effort, scores with 4 seconds left, which is a killer on any type of a night, let alone a night where you're ready to bury a team, and then right at the end they sneak back in. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights, if we can, from that second period of play, a period in which the Winterhawks put up 16 shots on goal, and Pickard, who's been busy all season long, busy again. Here's the first one. It's a power play goal, an easy one for Portland. Yeah, they finally found the key to solving Pickard was passing around him, giving people a good look at the net. And there you see Wotherspoon with a good hard shot that was tipped by Ratty. And another save by Pickard, and that's a third goal right there. A drive from the right point by Sabisa. He just hammered that one home. It went in clean from the blue line. We've seen 3 goals tonight scored from the blue line. A couple by Portland, 1 by Seattle, and the Thunderbirds working back the other way. Jeremy Shepard's had a really strong game. There you saw the defenseman carrying the puck in. And another shot by Shepard. Good save there by Caruth. And there you go. That's our second period highlight package as the Thunderbirds and Winterhawks about ready to make their way out onto the ice for the start of the third period of play. Mike Johnston, the Winterhawks coach, is looking on and wondering how his team isn't up by more. And here's the key. Look up on the shots on goal. Portland has outshot Seattle, get this, by a 31-12 margin. And Regan, one of the things that I always look at too
As we look at the numbers, there you see some of the power play numbers, 1 for 3, 2 for 4. Seattle will start the period. They will not start the period, I'm sorry, on a power play as they get that power play goal. One of the keys, though, are what teams do after 40 minutes. And, boy, we have a tale of two different teams. Not shown on our graphics page, Regan, is the fact that the Thunderbirds are 0-20-1 this season when trailing after 40 minutes. Portland, meanwhile, they are perfect, 20-0 when leading after 40. We'll get Regan's headset turned on here in just a couple seconds. Our apologies for that, but and that's a big key. Is Portland? Portland just has not given up leads this season. Although it's a one-goal lead, it kind of feels like a little bit more. Let's try to get Regan back to talking about that, because there's a different mindset going into a third period. When you're down by 1 or 2 goals, it's still amazing how much that one goal can make, what kind of difference it can make.
Well, and the problem is that when you're down by a goal, you change your strategy. You're on the road. The first 2 periods, you've been sitting back, kind of waiting to, we talked about it earlier, bending and not breaking. But when you're behind, you're forced to come out of your comfort zone. You're forced to make something happen. And when you got a team like Seattle that's struggling to put points on the board, it really magnifies their weakness. Whereas on the flip side, when you got a team like Portland who's got lots of talent on their team, and it's just a matter of whether or not they bring that talent out, you give them a lead, they relax, they play, and I think that's why you see such a big discrepancy in their 2 records after 2 periods.
All right, here we go. Third period about ready to get underway, and the Buckaroos / Winterhawks looking on, looking up at a scoreboard that shows them only up by a goal, and they're like, how did that happen? But it's been the story all year. By the way, the fewest shots allowed this season in a game by the Winterhawks is 18. They've given up 12 so far. It's 6-6 for the Winterhawks first couple of periods as we get an offside immediately called on Seattle. And it's also been a tale of 2 different games as far as the first 2 periods are concerned, Regan, because really kind of a rough and tumble first period. In that second period, there was a little scrap between Sylvester and Ross. It was more of Sylvester saying, I'm going to take one of the best players off the ice for 5 minutes, but it kind of got a little more quiet in that second period as this game got a little bit closer.
Both teams focusing on the rivalry, and early in the game, the rivalry is the stuff that we talked about, the intangibles, the fights, the memories, the last time you slashed me, I'm going to get you back kind of stuff. And then they realize, you know what, we got a game to win. And that was what the second period looked like.
I wonder, too, I mean, you played in this rivalry for a few years. You also played against Portland and Swift Current when you were in Swift Current in the Western Hockey League Championship Series. But how much does Seattle-Portland really mean to these players? I know it means a lot to the fans of both teams. They travel up and down I-5 to watch their. How much does it mean to the players? Are bragging rights really on the line?
They are. When I played in Swift, we didn't have that. When I came up to Seattle, the first time we played Portland, and I almost got hit by a fish on the ice, I was looking around going, what's going on here? And, they kind of explained the history, and after 1 or 2 games, I bought in hook, line, and sinker, and we look forward to those games all year.
It's a short drive, relatively speaking, in the Western Hockey League as we get an icing call on Portland, a short drive up and down I-5 of about 3 hours between the rinks. I say that because when these 2 teams go east to play in places like Swift Current or Regina, Brandon, Saskatoon, all the way back to Saskatchewan, as far east as Manitoba, those are 20-odd-hour trips. Same thing up to Prince George. So you probably look forward to playing these 2 teams because it's a short drive.
Well, on the business side of it, you usually meet Portland on a Friday or Saturday night. You usually get more fans, and there's a lot more energy in the building, so that adds to it as well.
Thunderbirds with some good pressure here to start the period. Long shot by Muth, blocked in front, and the puck is chipped up over the head of Muth all the way back to the Seattle blue line. So Seattle coming out, they haven't had a shot on goal yet, but they at least have had some pressure as they try to come back. And Portland, I think the one thing you don't want to do is start sitting back if you're the Winterhawks in this final period.
No, they got to go for the juggler now. They need to get that 2-goal lead and try to open it up a little bit here.
Centering pass by Niederreiter, and that got broken up on the boards, held in by Ross, and now Wells will scoop it up for Seattle and start the rush. Prab Rise, we know he's got great speed. Tried to do a little toe drag there with the heel of the stick. Couldn't quite finish it off as Ross went after Wells along the boards. Bonser couldn't hold it in. Dillon will settle the bouncing puck for Seattle and promptly give it away. Ross has it, high slot, shot, save made by Pickard, bouncing puck to the side of the net. That went up high again on Pickard. Dillon works it back for Seattle and plays it in. Matt Carruth will leave it for Sabisa. We'll hear from Sabisa and Niederreiter between periods. Jacobs lost the puck and just kind of stuck on him at the blue line, and here comes Taylor Peters for Portland. Shot and a save made by Pickard, and he will hold on. Next television game here on FSN, our Friday night hockey tradition continues. It'll be next Friday night. How about this one? Spokane Everett. Friday night, a week from tonight, 7:30 drop of the puck. Two teams that don't like each other, two teams that have a history with each other, and two teams that are after the same thing. Home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs, looking at each other in the standings. And oh, by the way, the Everett Silvertips had their franchise record winning streak snapped a couple days ago by the Spokane Chiefs. Should be a good one next Friday night right here on FSN.
I know, being at the last Silvertip game, you're sitting with the fans, and Spokane was in town, and I was chatting with a few people around me, and I think the entire night all I heard were stories about Beach and how much they loathe him coming to town, because he was such a competitor for them that when he goes and plays for the other team, it's one of those guys that they love to hate now.
Kyle Beach, he'll be heading back to Everett. It'll be an eventful night, and what a great venue too. We'll be up at the Comcast Arena in Snohomish County, and that has become just an absolutely stellar franchise on and off the ice. Can't wait to go up there and do a game next week. Here's a chance down the right wing. Gallimore. He'll let a shot go that got blocked. Played it down low to Jacobs. Rouse steps in as well, and it'll be Morrow who gets the puck. 2-on-2. Riley Boychuk down the left wing. Boychuk with Gabriel. Riley Boychuk played it behind the net. Spencer Bennett. At the left point, Morrow. Threw it in front, bouncing in the slot area. Chance, shot, save, Pickard rebound. Goes in behind the net. Bennett a chance on the doorstep. Gabriel, shot, off a leg, went wide. Bennett, thinking wraparound, rolls it right through the crease. Great pressure here by Portland. Big line, grinding line, physical line for the Winterhawks. Rutkowski, now to Morrow. Rutkowski, spinning away from Rouse. Takes it along the boards, got submarine there by Jacobs. And Jacobs worked it free and able to clear the zone. Seattle would love to get a change in. Quickly back the other way though comes Morrow, a drive that goes high and wide off the glass. Shappert cleared it, sent it right back into Shappert, who finds Ramsey. Crab Rye trying to find it along the boards. It squirts out, and Eric Doyle will control now. Luke Walker had it taken away by Seattle, and at center ice, Tutt will send it in and chased down by Elliott. Carruth, the goaltender, plays it behind the net. Pyrati got it out to the neutral zone, and Chalfie there to spin it right back in. Seattle gets another pretty good shift out of their fourth line. Can do that on the road, and that's a positive thing any day. And now Luke Walker shaken up behind the play as sticks got up. Play continues, no penalty being called as Walker goes off to the bench. Took a stick right in the face. Wells doing battle behind the net against a pair of Winterhawk players as it comes free up along the boards. Back comes Schneider. Rolls it towards Pickard, who sweeps it away. Taylor Peters had a strong game, plays it down low. Taylor Jordan, big man, bangs the puck carrier Nielsen. Seattle's captain, Lindsey Nielsen, got it out to center ice to Rye, but quickly back comes Sabisa. He'll play it in.
Jordan's like a one-man wrecking crew. I love how he follows through, and every time he's pursuing someone, he puts in the second effort and makes sure he gets that hit, that body check with his big body out there. He's doing a great job of wearing down the T-Birds.
Number 55, he's only 6'6". That's all. On skates, what would that make him, about 6'9"?
I even read one report where it said he was 6'7", so he is one tall hockey player.
And Brett Plonich is also 6'7"-ish, who's out tonight with a concussion. Their big defenseman as the puck goes off the stick of Chalfie, who's all of a sudden getting some more ice time. Jacobs tried to center it for Seattle. Off the boards and cleared, and 2-on-2 come the Winterhawks. Johansson down the left wing. Ross would have been offside. He'll have to let that puck go, and Chalfie couldn't handle the lead pass cross ice. Quick moving third period of play. We're already about 6 minutes in, with Portland still on top by a goal at 3-2. In the slot, Johansson scores! 2-goal game, Ryan Johansson upstairs, and the Winterhawks have some breathing room.
You could feel that coming. The Winterhawks came out in the last couple minutes and really had a little extra jump on their step. It was kind of a hard hat shift where they went down to work low on the T-Birds. They cycled. We had good back and forth play, and they got a good chance here. Johansson in the middle of the ice. Man, Pickard must have been screened there a little bit because that was a bit of a harmless shot, and he doesn't usually let those get by him. And Johansson did a great job of shooting to the back post as he was moving across, and that's tough for a goalie because he gets moving with the player, and sometimes it looks like a soft goal, but as the goalie's moving across, it's hard for him to reach back and grab that puck, so great shot by Johansson.
36th shot of the game, and now it's a 2-goal advantage. Riley Boychuk couldn't handle it. Lund will start back for Seattle down the left wing boards. Lund, centering pass, nobody home. Shepard jumps up into the play, had it stripped off his stick. Back come the Winterhawks. Sylvester gets back defensively and slows down what could have been an odd man rush. Boychuk bangs into Lund in the corner, knocked his helmet off. Lund will have to head off on a change. You can't play without a helmet.
No,
so
that was penalty.
as the puck comes down now to Lockhart. Fabry lost it at the blue line. Wells gets it back and sends it in. Out to center ice, Aisman will drop it right back inside the Portland zone. 7 minutes gone, third period, 4-2. Portland with a 2-goal advantage. They trailed 1-0 after 20 minutes. They scored 3 in the second, and they've got the only goal here in the third. Aisman out to center ice, Sabisa. On the board, Seattle's Bonzer couldn't get it out. Held in at the line. Taylor Jordan shot through traffic off a stick, and it rolled just wide. Taylor Peters tried to center it, but it's broken up. Thunderbirds having a hard time getting the puck out of their own end. It's a big physical group of forwards for the Winterhawks, and they're just squeezing Seattle inside the blue line, Regan.
Literally, I sat there, was counting the T-Birds, thinking they only had 4 guys on the ice because they were playing like they were shorthanded.
Here comes Walker to Francis. Shot off the backside of the net. Crowd thought it went in. It's on the backside of the netting, and it was knocked down with a high stick, so that face-off will come out. The crowd right behind the goal erupting as if it was a goal. Portland just is huge. I mean, they are a big team. Chris Francis, maybe one of the lone exceptions up front. He's only 5'9", 189. He's tiny. They have 19 players that are 6 feet or taller on that roster.
Well, and even 5'9", 190, that's a pretty solid hockey player.
Yeah, he's not slightly built, is he?
No. And he's 18. When he's a 30-year-old father, he's 2-something.
You're hoping.
Well, yeah.
Make us all feel better. Ty Ratty in the corner. Luke Walker grinding away against Brendan Dillon. Now Colin Jacobs for Seattle. Jacobs, one of the good stories. Number 19 with the puck in behind the net, from just outside of Dallas, Texas. Number of Americans in this game tonight. Rouse back to Dillon. He'll try to swing it down low, but it's broken up by Francis. Out of all places, Las Vegas, Nevada. Francis cutting in. Trying to go short side, but right there was Pickard. Francis going backdoor this time, and Gallimore able to pick it clean for Seattle. Both teams will get a change on the fly as Caruth, the netminder, will settle it in behind the net. Again, a quick moving period here, and down the right side, Niederreiter threw it in front, and the save made by the goaltender Pickard, and he'll hold on, and a conversation or two afterward with 10:50 to go in the third period. Well, one of the great things about the Western Hockey League certainly is what they do education-wise, and the Western Hockey League scholarship system has given more than 400 players the opportunity to play in the world's best development league, and then will go on and conduct their post-secondary education as well. Regan Mueller, one of those who took advantage. Every year you play in the Western Hockey League, you get a year of college paid for.
I was going to say, if anyone on my Mighty Might Badger team is listening, pay attention, because you can actually play hockey and get an education.
Play at a high level and chase the dream, and then if that doesn't work out to play in the National Hockey League, you fall back, and that's a great deal. A year for a year, and so many guys take advantage of that.
It is, and if you're a good player and you want to play in the NHL, I think you're almost forced to get into the Western League. Give it all you got. If it doesn't work out, then you go get your education.
Should mention, too, that the Western Hockey League player is not eligible to play college hockey. Here's a chance for Wells, cutting in on goal, and he fired it high and wide. Golden opportunity there for Charles Wells, and he couldn't finish it off. Schneider banged along the boards by Elliott. Yeah, if you play in the Western Hockey League, the NCAA considers you a professional. Wells now cuts in again, another chance, and he scores! Backhander, Wells got it! I believe the red light is on. The referees have not signaled it. That sure looked like a goal for Seattle.
Absolutely, from my angle, that was a great backhand that hit up in the middle of the net, that little cross section,
and it
goes back into the corner of the net. That was a fantastic play by Wells. He's been buzzing around, breakaway goal, finally got one to go in.
How about this? It's a one-goal game again. Here's Wells.
Yep, look at that. Off the goaltender's neck, up off the back of the net. That is definitely a goal.
Well, the officials are at the penalty box now, and they're going to call upstairs. And again, there's video review in the league now. They'll take a look at it, and this shouldn't take too long because we had a great look at it there. And I'm not sure if they have access to our video or not, but the referee, Nathan Wheeler, calling upstairs. There's no doubt about the fact that that puck went in. I mean, none whatsoever. Wells, the backhander, pretty goal.
Yeah, it's not easy to get the puck up that quickly. He was in tight. He was on his backhand. He had his momentum going behind the net. Just a fantastic shot by Wells. Here we go. He's cutting in. He's protecting the puck. Gets it out in front of him. Scoops it up. That's a beautiful backhand.
Yeah, red light went on, and I think I couldn't quite see it there. One of the referees, the referee back there, was kind of screened a little bit on the play, but the red light went on. Puck rolled around up there. They're looking at it one more time upstairs. There's the video review. I'm not sure why this would take all that long unless they have a far different look than we have. But
it looks like the camera angle is from the top down, and it might be hard to see it because it kind of rattled around underneath the bars of the net.
Yeah, well, here comes the announcement. It's a goal, there's no doubt. There you go. So it's a 4-3 game. And look at this. We got a one-goal game again. I'm not sure how, but Seattle being outshot by a 37-14 margin is back to within one goal. How big was that goal a moment ago by Johansson? It was huge, potentially.
Just the energy in the building when Johansson scored, you kind of got the sense that this might turn into a bit of a runaway for the Winterhawks, but look at that. Wells comes back down. That is a great individual effort.
Well, here comes Niederreiter right back the other way, up high, and he fired that one right at Pickard and went upstairs on him. Pickard shaking up a little bit, kind of hit him underneath the mask, and we've got a timeout. Just past the midway point of the third period. 9:30 left to go. It's a one-goal game. Don't go anywhere. Seattle and Portland right here on FSN.
It's big.
Good restaurants here in Portland. I guess I understand that. Back Wells with the puck for Seattle in a one-goal game. 9.5 left. Third period, and down the stretch we come. Long shot by Prabrai, steered away by Caruth. Regan, is it just me, or has Prabrai not played a lot tonight? Maybe we just haven't noticed him outside of the goal. It's a quiet night.
Yeah, he's a real streaky player. He's got that great explosive speed, but he doesn't necessarily go out there and muck and grind and get in the play a lot.
Here's Jacobs with a steal, trying to cut in. And there's Rye with a shot on the trailer. And it was steered away. Actually, it's Cholfi, my mistake, who cut in and had an opportunity. Truth was just sitting there waiting for a whistle or something. And well, Brad Ross brings it in, bumps with Shapper. Continue that one-on-one battle in the corner they go. But Brad Ross, a fun player to watch. If you like the game of hockey, you got to like Brad Ross.
Yeah, he's got great energy and character, and he battles every minute that he's on the ice.
Puck sent to the line by Gallimore. Shepard has to step back up, and he'll dump it in. Down the right wing comes Niederreiter. Has some speed. Niederreiter cutting and scores! Niederreiter got it! Back to a two-goal advantage. He beat Pickard on the short side.
That is just a fantastic example of someone with great individual skills. We're going to watch that again here. Yeah, maybe Pickard could have had that. Maybe he couldn't. That is just a fantastic shot by Niederreiter to slide that one back in. He's coming down. He's driving wide. The D-man knows he's going to the net. Wow, that is a great play. That is a goal scorer's goal right there.
We've seen two great backhanded shots here in this third period. 30 goals on the season for Niederreiter, his second of the night. beats Pickard on the short side, and to be honest with you, I think Pickard probably like to have another crack at that one. That's not one he usually gives up, but give Niederreiter a lot of credit. Every time Seattle's been able to chip away at that lead. Here come the Winterhawks, and here they come again. Ratty cutting in on goal, and Pickard robbed him on the doorstep that time. Here's a chance in front. Pickard scrambling back to make the save. Boy, Portland, no give up on this team. They just keep coming right at you in waves. Sylvester will gather it in for Seattle and bring it ahead. Ratty all over him as Sylvester dumps it in. Two great saves there by Pickard. Doyle sends it in off the back wall. Ratty. Bang in there against Tanner Muth. And Muth comes away with it. Youngster for Seattle. Couldn't clear, dumped right back in. Shots on goal, a huge, huge difference. 41-16 now. 10 shots in the third period for the Winterhawks. Just 4 for Seattle. Make it 5 as Ride robbed on the doorstep. Wells along the boards, as well as Peters. Peters had it stripped away from him by Wells. Wells cutting in. Shot save made by Carruth. 5-3 score with 7:02 to go. Seattle, again, the lowest scoring team in the league, except for one. That's Prince George. But I get the feeling this thing isn't quite over yet.
You know what I really enjoy? Both coaches are letting the kids play. You know, if you're Seattle and you're having a season like this, the tendency is to overcoach, and, you know, maybe Rob Sumner is thinking, God, maybe I should just put my kids in a trap and just hang back and try and win games 1-0. But he's not doing that. He's developing these kids' skills for next year, and he's letting them run and gun. And this is a fantastic up and down style of game.
Here's a chance. Riley Boychuk down the left wing. Boychuk in on goal, and Pickard with the save. Big Riley Boychuk coming down the left wing boards, all 6'5", 210 pounds. And he was rumbling towards the front of the net there.
You know, for such a big guy, he's got quick feet. If you weren't giving me the stats, I would never guess that he's that big. Look at how he comes in. He uses his body. He leans back. Almost gets one by.
He's only 18 years old, but really healthy for the first time is Riley Boychuk. A couple of hip surgeries the last couple of years. And NHL teams love big forwards, don't they?
Well, especially if you got a big forward that has the heart and the compete in him like he does, they can turn into fantastic long career type players in the NHL.
Here's a shot right on. The save made as the puck bounced in front of the empty net, and all right there, Jacobs couldn't finish it off for Seattle. Gallimore gets it though. He'll get a shot goal. Carruth with the save. So Seattle with some sudden pressure in putting a couple of shots on goal against Carruth. Gabriel down the left wing. Gabriel in front looking for Boychuk. He got taken down, and a penalty upcoming against Seattle.
The referee behind the play had no choice but to call that. Aisman saved himself a goal, but he was forced to drag Boychuk to the ground, and he's going to go sit for 2. And, you know, with 6 minutes left in the game, this is a critical penalty. If they don't kill this off and the Portland Winterhawks go up by 3, I think we may see some fisticuffs happen here at the end of the game.
5-3 our score as we are coming to you from the Rose Garden in Portland. Portland Winterhawks and the Seattle Thunderbirds on FSN. Our Friday night hockey package continues. Ian Furness, Regan Mueller with you upstairs, and Travis Demers working for us downstairs this evening. Face-off coming up to the left of the goaltender, Calvin Pickard. Nielsen will take it out there for Seattle with Schappert, Ramsey, and Wells. Johansson, Niederreiter, Ross, Aronson, and Rutkowski, the power play unit for the Winterhawks. Winterhawks have a couple power play goals tonight, and they also have given up a shorthanded tally. Niederreiter swings it now to Aronson. Aronson out of California dumps it in. Pickard will try to clear it himself. He threw it right up the middle and gave it to Nino Niederreiter. I'm not sure if that's who you want to give the puck to. In fact, I'm sure it's not who you want to give the puck to. Rutkowski, he'll wind, shoot, rip that one wide. Heavy shot from Rutkowski at the blue line. Aronson. Niederreiter's got a couple tonight. Looking for number 3 as he goes to the front of the goal. Didn't get the pass. Instead, it goes back over the stick of Aronson down to the other end.
Winterhawks are doing a great job in this power play of controlling the flow, controlling the puck, passing it around. They're getting good opportunities, and let's see him set up here again and try that all over again.
Johansson threw it towards the net, and Pickard just kind of flashed the glove up there and snatched it out of the air, and he'll hold on. Pickard now has seen 43 shots on goal and approaching 50 yet again.
Pickard looks tired. He's had a lot of work to do tonight.
Sabisa. One-timer by Doyle and didn't get much on that one. On the doorstep, Pickard with a save. And is trying to cut in with Spencer Bennett. Doyle. Down low to Bennett. 5-3 Portland. Inside of 5 minutes to go. They're working with the man advantage of the Winterhawks for another 30 seconds. Sabisa. Doyle now at the blue line. Sabisa played it down low. Picked away, and Lockhart will clear. Travis?
Well, Ian, you talked about the possibility of some more fisticuffs. Well, after that last whistle a moment ago, Boychuk and Gallimore right in front of me here as they were going to the bench exchanged a few words. Might lead to something a little bit later on, but there's certainly some words that you wouldn't want to say in front of your mother, and that's definitely some stuff that we could see leading to some more of that fisticuffs. Guys?
Well, just a physical game between these two teams, and now you got a 2-goal advantage, but back to even strength of the Thunderbirds, and they still have a chance. A drop pass by Shappert, nobody home. 2-on-2 for the Winterhawks. Back they come. Luke Walker couldn't center the puck. Fanned on that attempt. Jacobs stripped off his stick by Bennett. Bodies all over the place now, and a long shot by Rutkowski goes wide. Next week again, we're in Everett here on FSN. Next Friday, can't wait for that one. Everett, Spokane, should be fun. At the blue line, Morrow. Bang along the boards, and that was Schneider and Ramsey, two big fellas. Gallimore and Morrow bump. And Seattle's Colin Jacobs will come out of his own end. Jacobs 1-on-3. Tried to turn the corner, did. And his backhander from a sharp angle went high and wide, and that face-off, I believe, will come outside the zone. It looked like Jacobs did that on his own as the puck flew up into the crowd. Travis?
Well, guys, you had talked about the amount of shots they have tonight. 44 so far with 3:15 to go here in the third period. Their season record is 49 so far, so they're just 5 away from that. And the way that they're playing tonight and throwing shots at the net, they can approach that very quickly. Guys?
Yeah, and I would not be surprised with 3:10 to go to see that happen, as Calvin Pickard has seen 50 shots a couple of different times already this season as well. It used to be the norm in the Western Hockey League, and I'm not talking about Buckaroo Western Hockey League. I'm talking about Regan Mueller back in the 90s Western Hockey League.
Well, I think Pickard actually has the record for most shutout saves. We couldn't confirm in the record book, but he made 57 saves in a shutout. And I think that is a non-confirmed record.
Against Tri-Cities, I believe, this year. Yeah. And behind the net, the Winterhawks will just kind of settle and kill some clock as it ticks down. 2-goal advantage. Johansson took the tip pass down the boards, centers it in front, and getting back for Seattle, Lindsey Nielsen, the 20-year-old captain. For some guys like Nielsen, Schapper, or others, as you mentioned, there might be a professional career on the horizon, but you don't know. When you're 20, this is it.
Yeah, these guys, when you're 20, you're playing for everything, because you know going in as a free agent, they're going to look long and hard at how you finish your season in the Western Hockey League, and it makes a huge impact on where they go next season, whether they go to the West Coast League or the AHL, where they get their tryouts.
Here's a centering pass, and it goes all the way through the crease. This is really truly not just a way of life, but you become part of a family. As boy, Schneider missed a hit, went heavy into the boards, but he's okay. Seattle breaks out of its own end. Wells. Shappert, again, the defenseman jumping up into play. Seattle really starting to press and add an extra man. We'll see with 2 goals deficit if Seattle pulls Pickard or not. 90 seconds left, and Sabisa will just say, let's go ahead and kill some more clock, get a change in. They do, and on his own end comes Bennett.
Pickard got the wave, so as soon as the T-Birds gain possession, you're going to see him leave the net.
Boychuk for Portland. Back to the line, a drive that's deflected wide. Of course, they've got to get possession, and here comes this line again. A Boychuk, Gabriel, Bennett. They're working hard in the Seattle zone all night long. Pickard looks to the bench, and Seattle carries the puck out. Jacobs didn't get it deep, however, and lost possession, and now we get a glove pass by the Winterhawks, so a whistle. With inside of a minute left to go, and Portland looking like they're on the verge of picking up win number 33 in the season, and I think more importantly for the Winterhawk fans, number 9 against the Seattle Thunderbirds, their arch rival.
It's got to be some type of record. I don't think there's been a complete sweep of the head-to-head series in a number of years. Seattle's going to call a timeout with the face-off upcoming inside the Portland zone. The key here is that over the last couple of years, Seattle has dominated as Portland went through its growing pains with a young team. And in fact, the last 5 years between the two teams, Seattle is 42-20, 3-2. That's over the last 5 years. So it's been all Seattle up until this season, and Portland's turning the tide. You know, the one thing we haven't seen over the years, I don't think, it's been a while really, is a year in which both Portland and Seattle were both really good. And I think even back, we're talking about the rivalries tonight between the Buckaroos and the Totems and the old Western Hockey League, even the old NBA rivalry. Seattle Sonics, when they were in existence, and the Blazers, there never seemed to be that year where both teams were really good. And how great would it be if the Winterhawks and the Thunderbirds were actually really upper echelon teams in the same year? It'd be a fantastic situation for the league as well, because I know that when you play back and forth on the I-5 corridor, lots of fans make the trip. When you're up in Seattle and you're Portland, you may get 200 or 300 of your fans there, and it just has a special feeling. And the players, if they were fighting for a playoff spot, it would be fantastic hockey to watch. Right off the face-off, you heard that shot that rang off the goalpost. Seattle's net is empty at the other end, and the puck is sent all the way down to the other end. They'll get an icing call. And the face-off will come back down inside the Portland zone. And I don't believe Seattle, or rather Portland, shot that puck. Mike Johnson standing up. That was actually Seattle rimming along the boards trying to get it back to the blue line. We'll have a conversation amongst the officials. We'll see if they change their mind on the icing call. And frankly, they probably should, because that looked like it was actually Seattle rimming the puck along the boards. And Coach Johnson is whistling. He's standing up on the boards. He's very animated down there. He's upset about this. Well, to no avail. It will be a face-off to the left of goaltender Matt Carruth with just 40 seconds to go, but it is a 2-goal advantage. We were a whisker away from making it a 1-goal advantage a second ago. Seattle at the right point. Jacob steps around a man. Shot. Glove save. Been a lot of those tonight. Going to the knees by the netminder, reaching up. The line drive catch. Carruth with the save. He's made 18 tonight. That's the 21st shot on goal by Seattle. Time right now a huge factor in favor of Portland. Drop of the puck. Winterhawks kick it free, and out it comes. Schneider, empty net, score! That'll ice it 6-3. Portland will skate away with its 9th win of the year against their arch rivals from up north. Schneider getting a little bit of payback from that volley he had in the corner where he almost got himself in trouble running headfirst into the boards. He looked a little bit shaken up, but he was able to come back, had some patience, took a nice shot on the open net. Here we'll take a look at it. Yeah, he took his time, made a nice hard shot on goal. That's a nice one for the stat book. He too also a 20-year-old. Stefan Schneider is 9th of the season, just kind of a defensive forward. Used to actually be a defenseman, and he sent that one long range into the back of the net. 3-goal advantage. Winterhawks will come away with a victory tonight against Seattle, and that'll be the 9th of the year for Portland. Seattle has just 1 point, a shootout loss to Portland earlier in the season against their rivals. Oliver Gabriel trying to cut in. Pickard steer that one aside as the time ticks down. Rutkowski at the line, just kind of softly played it in, and that will do it as the game comes to an end. Portland with a 6-3 victory tonight. Big win for Portland in the standings as they continue their quest for home ice in the first round. Mike Johnston, a remarkable turnaround for this franchise. Regan as well. They are now 33-22-1 on the season. Johnston seems to have brought his NHL style of coaching to the team. They look like a professional team. They're poised, they play well, they move the puck well. He's getting rewarded for his efforts. 3 stars of the game coming up next. 6-3 the final. Portland knocks off Seattle. We'll wrap it up from the Rose Garden coming up next.
The Winterhawks win this one 6-3 over Seattle. Talking about tonight's game, they took the early 1-0 lead. Then you guys got 3 goals in the second period. Then you come back and start to put things away. Every time it did make a push, you guys were there to answer. Talk about this one and what you guys were able to do to win it.
Yeah, you know, it's tough coming into games when you beat them 8 straight, but Coach really emphasized that we had to come out strong and make sure we get these 2 points. So.
It got really chippy there in the first period. A lot of fights. It seemed to go away there in the second period. Talk about how you guys were able to avoid some of that physical play and avoid those fights there and avoid those penalty minutes as the game went on.
Yeah, you know, we're not going to back down, you know, so we're just as aggressive as they are. It's always a battle against Seattle, but, you know, we stayed disciplined and just let them take the stupid penalties so we could get the power plays.
You guys managed to stay undefeated against Seattle this year. They're a big rival in the conference. It's an important game every time. How have you guys been able to dominate Seattle this season?
Well, they've struggled early, and then I think we just kind of had their number the last 5 games here. They come in, when they play us, they're like, oh man, we got to play Portland again. And so it's been tough for them, but yeah, we're having fun.
It took a while for you guys to get shots, to get goals. You had over 40 shots on goal tonight. A lot of shots, not a lot of goals in the early part of the game. What went wrong through the first 20, 25 minutes?
I think we need to get more rebounds. You know, we were kind of staying around the perimeter, so we needed to get to the net and get on our second chances there. So once we started doing that, they started to go in for us.
Congratulations, another win.
Yeah, thank you.
Ian, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Travis Demers down there with the first star in tonight's game. There you see the numbers. Ryan Johansson had a goal, the game-winning goal. 20 goals on the season. Nino Niederreiter, the second star, had a couple goals tonight. 30th of the year, by the way. Prab Rye scored the first tally of the game. Shorthanded goal in the first period. Johansson, Niederreiter, and Rye are your 3 stars. Regan?
Well, walking away from this game tonight, I'm going to remember the goal by Prab Rye. Seattle just a little bit too short, you know, a day late and a dollar short, so to speak. Outshot, outplayed. So despite Rye's effort, the game stars seem to be given out appropriately.
There you see the final numbers. Yeah, outshot in a big way. How about 46-21, the final shots on goal in favor of the Portland Winterhawks. The Winterhawks dominating really in every facet of this game. And the final save numbers there, you see 43-15. Seattle. Boy, another busy night for Calvin Pickard. He's going to have some ice bags on his shoulders up high tonight. Here's that goal you're talking about from Prab Rye, the first of the night.
This is a big league goal. The amount of lateral movement he got going down the ice at that speed is not many guys can create that.
And Portland coming back, a power play goal, and boy, an easy one there for Niederreiter, a blast from the blue line. Portland starting to get some traffic in front of the net.
They did, and you'll see this too on Zabisa's shot there. That is a boom and howitzer, as they say, but lots of traffic in front of the net.
Kind of the story of the night. Shapper to the blue line again. Traffic in front to get Seattle back close again. There's a hard shot there, and he had a good screen coming up, and then Portland gets a big goal there by Johansson. Seattle's Wells cutting into that lead. It was back and forth. And Seattle, to their credit, would not give up. And in the end, Niederreiter gets what ends up being a huge goal. A little cushion goal there, the empty netter by Schneider to finish things off. Pickard made some big saves, probably wants the one by Niederreiter back, but not enough offense for Seattle tonight. Well, it was a good one, 6-3 the final. We'll be back with you the next week. Next Friday night from Everett, Spokane and Everett. We'll expect a terrific game and a great atmosphere up at the Comcast Arena. Final score tonight, Portland 6, Seattle 3. For the entire crew, Ian Furness, and good night from the Rose Garden.